There you go. Cool. So we have Imaad David versus Chris Graham. The game is already underway. Imaad choosing to be on the play. Imaad playing Sultai Energy and Chris playing Temur Energy. Basically, I think these are both Scarab God decks.
No,
Although I don't see. No,
I
there's
don't
no
think.
Scarab God
No,
in
he's playing Team Energy.
Imaad's. Also, about last round, Braden Pillay was actually paired up. He wasn't 1-0. He was 0-1 at the moment. So, or was at that moment.
It seems like Chris Graham is playing more of a Constrictor Energy deck.
Hmm. I keep thinking everything has Scarab Gods in it, but it's not true.
Is he playing?
He's just got one.
He's only playing one Scarab God.
Hostage Takers and
Hostage is a very good card.
Walk the Plank, being new additions from the new set.
You can see it in his hand. He's got Walk the Plank. See, he's going to be able to play a Constrictor this turn.
I think he should just play the Snake.
He's playing a Snake.
Snake matchup.
And he's just going to harness lightning Snake.
This is like a season from a week or two, like just a slightly older standard where Winding Constrictor was everywhere.
He's going to play a Rogue Refiner, so this is the blue part of his deck. He's playing for, I think, Rogue Refiners and Scarab God.
Yeah, I tell you, he's not playing any though. There's none in his list.
The Scarab God.
Imaad's not playing any.
Is he not playing Scarab God?
I see 0 copies of Scarab God in his 75. Chris has 1.
So Chris.
These guys are doing quite well for the fact that they play. There we go. Just trading Rogue Refiners. Both players pretty happy to do that. Nothing's connected yet. No one's taken any damage.
Imaad's got a Fatal Push in his hand. Okay, so they...
Bristling Hydra. Oh, snap. And he's got 7 energy now.
Chris has also got a Bristling Hydra.
2 activations on that.
Doing the same things. Is he going to play it? No, he's going to choose to do the Will of Virtuoso. So he can make a Thopter and block the Hydra. He might not even block the Hydra.
I don't know. I think he's trying to get his Hydra bigger. And so the energy from the Will of Virtuoso.
Clean Siphoner in Imaad's hand. That's going to be really good late.
Both of these guys playing...
To get more value.
I think I may have these deck lists the wrong way around. So, Imaad is the one playing the single copy of Scarab God, and Chris Graham is not actually splashing black for Scarab God. I just have the deck list the wrong way around. Let me just fix that quickly.
No, Imaad is on the left hand side.
Yeah, I just had their list wrong. There we go. That makes a little bit more sense now.
So he's got 8
energy. Up to 8 energy. That's a lot of Bob triggers with the Glint Sleeve Siphoner. He can also activate his Bristling Hydra 3 times.
He's choosing not to walk the plank
2 times, not 3.
Virtuoso. I think he's supposed to keep it as a Fatal Push.
Interesting. I wonder why Chris didn't throw the Will of Virtuoso under the Bristling Hydra. Maybe he's just planning to make like a chump blocker turn or 2 and deal with the damage from the Hydra that way.
No, I think he made a Thopter to block it.
Oh, okay, so he did do that last turn. Actually didn't take any damage there. Which means that he's a little bit ahead in the damage race. Imaad on 18, Chris on 20 points of life. And he's made a Rogue Refiner and...
Has he made a Thopter? Did he make a Thopter?
And a Servant to the Conduit.
How much energy is on?
I can't really make out how much energy he's on there.
So I don't know if he did make a Thopter. I mean, it would seem like he would.
I will just get a life total update quickly to doubly sure what's going on.
So Imaad's just using the Glinty Siphoner
To draw a pile of extra cards. He's on around 17 points of life.
So now he's playing with Rogue Refiner, giving him more energy.
Pile of energy. 8.
He could even play another Glinty Siphoner and start drawing. I don't know if he wants to draw. I think you want to draw more cards.
I don't see a problem with that.
I think he just wants to keep up the mana for the Fatal Push. Did he use the Fatal Push? No, he didn't. No, he did. He Fatal Pushed the Servant last turn.
Yeah, the 7 did get pushed. I'm just wondering. Chris has a lot of energy, and I'm not sure if he used some of it to make a Thopter and Chomp Block or not. I'm still not getting an answer from the floor judges. But we will update you shortly. Imaad goes in with Glint Sleeve, Siphoner, and Bristling Hydra, getting a little bit of extra energy from the Siphoner's trigger.
So now he can activate Bristling Hydra 3 times.
Okay. Chris is making 3 Thopters.
3 or 2? 2, I think.
And blocking off everything.
There were only 2 Thopters. Yeah. So now he's playing another Glinty Siphoner, so he's still going to get that trigger in his upkeep.
I suspect he may have taken the 4 points of damage from the first swing of the Hydra, but I can't tell you for certain. Going up to a little bit more energy. Does that take him to 5?
Should take... Who? Chris. I can't see properly. He's now going to play the Rogue Refiner. Going up to... looks like 3.
That dice is horrible. I can't tell what's going on there.
Yeah.
Picks up a card.
Does he have another Ether Hub in his hand, I think?
It looks like it. Unless that's a Dragon Skull. So yeah, it's an Ether Hub. He's got a Bristling Hydra, what looks like another Bristling Hydra,
So 2 Bristling...
and a Botanical Sanctum.
Yeah, he's got 2 Bristling Hydras. And then Imaad's just got to walk the plank and a tune.
Fair enough.
Remember, Imaad's going to get that extra card from the Siphoner.
If it lives. Which it should.
It should. Now he's just going to pass the turn. There's the Hostage Shaker. Now that's going to be good.
I'm not... he might just picked up a hostage taker.
You can now hostage take the...
Quite good.
You could probably do
the Will of Virtuoso, but the Rogue Refiner is just as good. I mean, the value you get off it is...
I think he should take the...
huge.
The Virtuoso because...
he's got a wealth of energy there, so...
He can just pay all his energy.
And Glint Sleeve Siphoner does make one every turn.
You could even walk the plank and then just wait till...
I think you'd much rather
wait till you can hostage take another different...
I think you'd much rather have the ability to cast the creature from under the hostage taker immediately.
He could have...
Yeah, he could have, but... You know, he's clearly taking a different line.
Imaad's making it up to... in response to the walk the plank.
I think Chris is on 2 energy, so he went up to 5 off the Rogue Refiner. He was on 3 previously. And if I work my way back, so you got 2 energy from his Ether Hubs, 3, 4, 5 from the Will of Virtuoso, 6, 7 from the Rogue Refiner, 8, 9, 10, 11 from the 2 Tunes,
and then he made
13, 14 from another Rogue Refiner.
Then he made 2 Thopters that we know about.
Yeah, Chris has blocked everything. He's still on 20 points of life.
Okay.
So it was a Thopter on the first Bristling Hydra attack. Jumped off everything, 9, 10, 11, 12. He used 12 energy, and then 3 now. Yeah, it works out.
So now he just blocked, he jumped again with the Thopter on the Bristling Hydra. So now he's also got a long toss cub in his hand. So he can just play out long toss cub and bristling hydra, or we can keep up one.
I think the hydra is possibly better here.
He might want to play Sanctum and then he can play two. Oh no, wait, never mind. He'll have 8 mana next turn.
Gets in for 3. Imaad can make a really big hydra.
Does Chris have enough energy to...
Yeah, he goes down to 1 energy here, I think.
That's going to be... Now Imaad's going to be able to take the hydra. And he draws a constrictor.
No, I'm incorrect. He goes on 4 energy. He was on 2, gained 3 from the bristling hydra, and then used 1 to activate Ether Hub to cast Long Tusk Cub. So he's got 1 activation for the hydra here.
So now you can play the constrictor. So now each energy trigger from the hydra is going to put 2 counters on it. Okay, so now...
Yeah, he just took it.
He just took the Long Tusk Cub. Which
for the win. Curious why he's not attacking with a Glint Sleeve Siphoner here. Just seems really good.
No, because he could just block with his Bristling Hydra.
Glint Sleeve Siphoner has Menace. He's not able to block it with his current board state.
Okay.
But
yeah.
Chris taking...
Did he play the life for Glint Sleeve Siphoner? I don't know if he did.
He's done it twice. So I think he's on 15 at the moment. Chris taking 4 points of damage from that. He's actually down to 13 points of life.
So he did do this turn. So now he just paid 6 energy to put 4 counters on the Bristling Hydra because of the Constrictor.
That's pretty good, actually.
It is.
And he's got 1 more activation. He's got an 8/7 hexproof, well, potentially hexproof for a turn, but he's got an 8/7 creature that dodges a removal spell and gets bigger ones. That's pretty scary.
Even if he does manage to kill the Bristling Hydra, the Cub can pay 4 energy and it will become a
6/6. Absolutely.
Chris is not in a good spot right now.
Yeah, Hostage Take is broken. What does he have in his hand? This is another Bristling Hydra and an Ether Hub.
Is it an Ether Hub?
Yeah, I think so.
I think he might play the Ether Hub. No, yeah, it is.
Yeah. From above, it looks pretty neatly in Imaad's favor here. Chris from 20 down to 12 in just 2 hits. Imaad patiently absorbing the damage from the Thopter. It's a glory bringer.
So that's gonna get through.
Yeah.
He can kill the... I don't know what he kills.
I don't know if I'd shoot anything here. I'd rather try and clock Imaad out here, just swing 3 times, see if I can find another point of damage somewhere. No, but he's choosing to shoot the snake.
Because the snake's... Look, so now he's putting the counters on the Cub.
Draws the Cub. That's a 6/6 Cub. Terrifying. And Imaad takes 4 points of damage. Puts him to 9. Chris is holding 1 Bristling Hydra.
Anything now. He can't use this Glinty Siphoner trigger. Because he doesn't have energy. If Imaad draws anything, he'll probably guaranteed
boatload of power.
Is he going to attack?
I feel like Chris might want to trade with the Cub here. Or possibly the Hydra. Which one is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8?
I don't know if he can trade.
He has to double block if anything is going to die. This is what I mean. So
yeah,
you can take 1.
If he double blocks the Hydra, then he's going to take 6.
8.
But again,
double blocking the Hydra costs him both his creatures.
But not blocking the Cub
is just as bad. I think he needs to double block the Cub here, and then take 8 from the Hydra,
8.
And then at least he gets to keep one of his bodies.
So he's gonna need a pump. No, he won't be able to keep one of his bodies. If
3,
he blocks the Cub,
4, 5.
If he blocks the Cub, he won't.
Oh, he's only on 6 energy. Okay, well then I think he Activates the Hydra and trades with...
He's on 6 energy. Who's on 6 energy? Is Chris on 6 energy?
I'm not certain.
I think it looks like 3.
He's got at least one Bristling Hydra activation.
He's going to block. I think he's just going to chomp.
Chomp takes 6.
He might be trying
Gives him the 2 energy.
race now. Now he's on 6. What does he might have in hand?
No, don't untap.
Doesn't untap. There you go.
Ah.
He's got a... Oh, it's because he's got a Bristling Hydra in hand, remember?
Yeah, we do know about that. I'm just wondering how he's... None of those creatures have Death Touch. Although he can't afford to swing with anything. He needs to keep all of the creatures up.
The bristles. And then he's going to pass.
Yeah. He can't afford to attack here. Imaad is also on a
He's
sort
on low
of
down.
risky life total. Both players here don't want to be taking any damage. Okay, what does he pick up? Looks like another Winding Constrictor that he's
How much
grabbed
energy does he have?
I think
he's got 2 because of the cub hitting.
fair.
So
Yeah, that's a 8/8 cub potentially.
if he attacks with a Siphoner, he's going to get 2 energy because of the cub.
Yeah, and then you can activate any of those things really. I think he swings in with everything. Imaad is forced to block with both of his Hydras. The Winding Constrictor makes pretty much any of the green creatures that get through lethal.
He's playing conservative. I think he's worried about a Harness Lightning.
That is a pretty good attack though.
Yeah.
Chris has to put the blockers just like that. One in front of the cub, one in front of the Hydra. Take 2, go to 4. Imaad doesn't need to grow anything because they're massive.
He's taking 2. He's going to... I don't know what Chris can get. I think he picks up a Harness Lightning. Yeah, I think that is a Harness Lightning. He's got a Harness Lightning in Forest.
It doesn't help him at all, really.
Yeah.
Shoot the snake.
Maybe he just wants to see what Imaad does here. If anything.
No, he just lets it die. I think he's just interested in getting the cards out of it now. Puts him out to 5 points of life. But I suspect he just wins here. Even a Harness Lightning isn't going to do much.
No way.
Just turns everything sideways and Chris should pick up his cards.
Drop the card. Picked up his cards. He pays it. Yeah.
Goes down to 4. Risky!
I mean,
very risky. But I think he feels confident enough to just win here. Yeah, that's good. Both of these guys 2-0 at the moment. Relatively experienced players. Chris out of the game for a while, playing Star Wars Destiny, I think. Won last year's national championships, and now he's back home, safe in the arms of Magic.
Is he going for the championship?
I don't know if he's going to play, if there's an SA team or what Fantasy Flight game structure is for these things.
No, for the series.
I'm not certain. I'm actually going to have a look at that.
How many points does he have?
We will find out soon.
Because is Imaad in?
I think so. I do have the standings for the modern here. See if I can find the standard ones.
Okay, I think he's...
So if I have a peek at that over there, we can see current league standings. That is for standard. If I have a little...
Imaad isn't on there.
Yeah, Imaad's not in at all.
He's playing for the.
But he should be in just on performance. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's right up
he's
at the
got-
top. I think that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think he's safe. I mean, after today's performance, I suspect he's got enough points to just get in. Chris Graham is nowhere. He's very, very far down. He needs to win today to make it in. This is literally his last chance to play.
Yeah, I mean he is in a spot to win.
Currently 2-0.
Not out of the question.
Playing a pretty good but kind of underrepresented deck, so maybe his opponents get caught off guard. I wonder what they'd be siding in, actually. Just see if we can get these guys' deck lists up here. I do have them available. Let's wait for those to refresh. And once again, I have these things the wrong way around. Nope, it's just refusing.
So he can play harsh scrutiny, Chris Graham.
Something is not correct on this. There we
He's
go.
playing
I found the fault.
almost all one-offs in his
sideboard.
sideboard.
Oh, I like those kinds of decisions. Let me see if that works.
He's got
No, nothing yet.
he's got a cartouche of ambition, which actually might be relevant.
I think it's more concession to the red decks having cartouche of ambition in the side.
Oh yeah,
It
sorry.
just kills
I'm
something.
thinking of Death Touch. Never mind.
Yeah, it's just a lifelink. I can't for the life of me get Chris's deck list to render properly. Obviously, there's something wrong with the spelling somewhere. But as far as I can tell, his sideboard consists of Chandra's Defeat, a Braid, 4 Negates, an Ethersphere Harvester, a Supreme Wool, and 2 Appetite for the Unnatural. And then we've got a Glimmer, a Chandra Torture Defiance, Confiscation Code, 2 Torrential
I think
Gearhawks.
I saw him put in Torrential Gearhawks.
Perhaps. He's got to find a way to...
I saw him, and then there's also Nisa Vital Force in Imaad.
That is a weird sideboard card. It's
I've
got the
haven't seen
Eternal
that.
Witness mode on it, and it does also produce quite a fast clock. She's a 4-turn clock, unopposed. She can draw you cards in the late game.
5/5 is really big.
Yeah. Also large enough to not get killed by a random Glory Bringer swinging
Yeah.
in.
Just cutting the decks. Assuming Chris is going to go first. There, yeah, he did put in the Torrential Gearhawks. He's got one in
You've seen
his
it in
hand.
his opener.
He's got one Torrential Gearhawk in his hand. But he's
Oh,
only
he's
got
tucking it
only
back.
one land, so
I don't think he likes
it's a
what he
definite
sees there.
mulligan. Imaad, he's keeping, I think. He seems to have quite a good hand.
Chris getting in the good old pile shuffle. I think I may have his deck list able to render
Imaad's
correctly
hand is
now.
actually quite land heavy. He's got 4 lands and a tune.
Fatal
and,
Push.
And then a Fatal Push and a
and
Gonti.
One Gonti. I think Gonti's really good
He
here.
decided in the Gonti.
Just going for the cut. Just so you can have a glance at their sideboards here. I did finally get it to render. Yeah, so Chris brought in the Torrential Gearhawks. And he's gone down to 6 so far. So hopefully it's good. He's just going to have a quick peek at his hand there.
He's got a Torrential and a Glory Bringer in his hand.
Does he have enough lands? I
And
see
then I
Forest. I
think
see
3
Ether Hub.
lands. Forest and Ether Hub.
Oh, not happy.
He's going down to 5.
Yeah, he's got 2 little action early. And
It would be actually fine because
the thing is, Imaad can land a Glint Sleeve Siphoner, you
Yeah.
know, Winding Constrictor, Long Tusk Cup. Any of the 2 drops in his deck are relatively you can't let them get out of hand.
Yeah.
They
Especially
sort of
long tough cub.
snowball out of reach. Siphon you can still kill cleanly.
Imaad's hand isn't very fast. It's like,
Chris doesn't know that though.
I know, but I don't know. If Chris can get an early start, then Imaad might be in trouble.
I see a Chandra, a land.
I saw a Rogue Refiner and a Servant. I think
See if we can glance at his hand here.
he'll keep this. He's scrying. He'll
Yeah, I
keep
think he leaves the
land.
land on top. He's
He needs
pretty
that
happy to
land.
leave that there.
He might actually be
He
able
could
to.
draw his way out of this with that Rogue Refiner, but I don't see a second land in his hand, is there? Another one
No,
there?
but he's got Servant.
Does he have an
But he's got-
attune with Ether? Oh, he's got to serve
No,
the
he
conduit,
He
sure.
doesn't. But the problem is that the push. That's going to be a
Yeah.
problem.
Bolt the bird, they say. And there it goes. He does get 2 energy out of the deal, though. Imaad just drew a Verdurous Gearhulk, and I don't see any reasonable way for Chris to deal with that with what he has in his hand right now.
He needs to draw land, and he does.
It's
But it's
not
tapped.
an untapped source, however.
This might be very.
Ouch. Does Imaad have a sufficient amount of lands?
If Imaad can play a 3-drop, or even a 2-drop, then Chris is going to be in trouble.
Chris is already in trouble if there's multi 5.
Yeah.
Chandra could do some work, but he really.
But by the time he plays Chandra,
He could
Im-
top deck an
Imaad's
untapped
probably gonna
source
have
and
a
play it
creature.
next turn.
he could. He's
Um,
got Duress, I think. No, was that not Duress? No, that wasn't a Duress.
Ether Hub, Blossoming Defense, I
Blossoming
think.
Defense, yeah, that was bluffing. He's got a Vraska's Contempt.
That's what it is. Which is, very good.
And he did draw a land, but it's tapped. So
And
Chris
he's
is
got an Ether Hub with that.
drawing well.
Yeah. I don't know if the...
He might draw out of this.
Yeah, I doubt the Rogue Refiner is going to be worth the Vraska's Contempt to Imaad. I think
Yeah.
he's content to just let it sit there and hit him once or twice.
I think he'll just play he'll just pass. Because he's just keeping out the...
Yeah, he's got Verdurous Gearhawk on 5.
Yeah. Like an
And
8.
just in general, Temur has few ways to deal with an 8/8, unless they're playing a
Yeah.
Braid, but I don't see any at all.
He's not playing a Braid.
There's 2. There's 2 in Chris's main deck.
I think he would have kept them in. And are they in the sideboard?
There's appetite for the unnatural, but I doubt he would have brought those in. More for the vehicles matchup than
Yeah.
anything else.
It's a bit sad that there's no naturalizing standard for
Mm.
desperate times called for desperate measures.
Chris going to fetch a blue source with his Attune with Ether.
And
And now he's got Chandra mana up,
out there.
which I think he's going to do it. And then plus, unfortunately, Imaad does have Vraska's Contempt in his hand, which will probably deal with the Chandra quite neatly.
Did he might take 3 damage from the Rogue Refiner?
He did. Life totals haven't been updated yet. Should be fixed right about now.
He'll gain 2 now.
Chandra goes up. Imaad going down to 15.
He already paid it land for
but
10.
I think the 2 points of
It
life are
doesn't
going to
go back,
return right away. There it is. Just a 1-for-1 trade.
Is he on 15?
He's gained two life from the Vraska's Contempt.
So he should go up to 19. He's only taken 3 damage.
So I see 3 damage from
Rogue Refiner.
Rogue Refiner, putting him to 17. 2 damage from Chandra.
Oh yeah,
And
he took the
gaining
2 damage.
2 life.
Yeah, he took the.
from
I didn't
Vraska's Contempt.
count the Chandra damage.
Now the Rogue Refiner. It's probably the best thing. I think he just wants to keep drawing Rogue Refiners
Kept out
because...
his 5 land. What does he have in his hand? I don't know why he wouldn't play.
I think he's doing this because it's not worth any of Imaad's removal spells to kill a Rogue Refiner, but they do hit for 3, which is it's not a laughable amount of damage. They will kill you eventually.
Especially 2.
And now he's going to have a problem.
Now he can just tune. And then
I think he's just going to make an 8/8.
I think he's worrying about Sensor. That's why he didn't play it last time.
Oh, the Hulk's so big.
How is...
But Chris has a Glory Bringer that he can just keep applying pressure with. That's a beautiful mulligan to 5.
Yeah.
I think it's quite, I mean, as far as they go, this is
Look at all his lands.
likely a good one.
There's one land and a multi-5. He might be able to salvage this.
He's going to play in a tune.
And then you can just glory bring in then.
I think he's going to go fetch a red source.
The problem is that Virgil's skill hook does have trample.
But if he attacks with everything, Imaad can't swing in next turn because the damage will put him to 7 points, and that's exactly how much he'll have on board. So I don't know if he'd be willing to do that, but attacking around the Verdurous Gearhawk puts Imaad to 7 in this position.
Chris is still at 20.
Yeah. Safe play is likely just chipping in for 4. But if he wants this game to end real quick, I think he might just go for it. No, he's just sending in the 4 points of damage, putting him to 10.
He draws a fatal
push. It's kind of dead in this situation. Fatal push hitting nothing on Chris's board here.
I don't know why you didn't play the Gonti first. Does he have enough black sources? Yeah, he does.
He's got Ether Hub and 6 energy now, but he had 4 before, which should be fine. I also see a Blooming Marsh and a swamp.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't think it makes that much difference. You said he has a Gonti in his hand. I'm not seeing...
As far as the middle card? Or was it...
I think it was a Vraska's Contempt that we saw, not a Gonti.
There's a middle card. There's a non-land card that's in the middle. I don't know what... Is
that an Archfiend of Ifna?
No, it's a bluffing.
I'm just going to have a look at this guy's deck list to
it's
see
a bluffing defense.
I did. Oh, right, we did see it. The thing that looked like a Gonti was the Vraska's Contempt.
And then the bluffing defense is in the middle.
So Imaad actually doesn't have an answer to what Chris has here.
Did he go?
No, it's his turn now. Oh, that is going to be a hiding.
That is.
Can he? How much energy does he have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
He hasn't used any energy.
6 energy. He used energy on turn 2 to play the Servant to the Conduit.
Ether Hub.
He used that energy for the Servant, but then Servant gave him 2 back. I think he can just kill that and swing in for the win here. Harness Lightning.
He's got a bluffing defense, though.
Fair enough. He does have the blossoming defense. Pulls it out.
Still.
And it's probably 4 points of damage from the Glorybringer here.
He needs to get something quick. He wants to
The spell fizzles. He gets no energy out of this.
He wants a Hostage Taker. That will get him out of this.
Quite handily, actually. He's got the mana to spend on it. It's a snake. Yeah, he's not interested in looking at any more cards here. So that's 1-1 at the moment.
1-1.
I think
3.
I wonder if there will be any difference on the draw or on the play. Yeah, let me just have a look at these. Imaad going to be on the play. Harsh Scrutiny might be something that I don't know if he did bring it in, or if it's worth bringing in. So we did see the Gearhawks come in for Chris, but none made an appearance there. Just Glorybringer and Rogue Refiner doing all the work.
Did he actually? He sided in
the Vraska's Contempt. It's quite a good card. He just wants as much unconditional removal as possible, because the fatal pushes aren't as good as he wants them to be. It only really hits Cub or Servant.
If he might have sided in the FM Scatter game 2, and then I think he'll side them out now.
Yeah, being on the play,
back out.
He can provide a fair amount of pressure.
I don't think he wants FM Scatter on the play.
Yeah, so I think he's just going to be playing creatures and trying to kill Chris before.
He might even bring in this Death Ghost Scavenger or something like that. If he just wants the highest creature count. But
he has already got a pretty high creature count.
Yeah, 27.
12 of the cards in his deck that aren't lands are creatures. Yeah, 27 is a massive number. Already more creatures than
He's
Chris
got to
has.
play very few lands because of the tuners.
In terms of who has the superior creatures, though, I think Imaad's got the 8/8,
Yeah.
Verdurous Hulk, that can kill everything. Although,
We haven't seen a
Chris-
walking ballista in this game.
yeah, that would be good for him too. Chris does have a neat answer in the form of a braid, if that does happen. He can also confiscation coup one of his large creatures. It's pretty evenly matched.
Yeah.
You know, Chris went down to a multi 5 there and managed
he
to
came
pull it
back.
out. So yeah, let's see what happens here. I feel like being on the play is quite a big advantage. They are playing a similar game, both of these
Yeah, they're
players. It's mid-range. They've got a little bit of removal. Chris more so,
Yeah, the red, because he's got the burn.
but only by a pinch.
But Imaad actually might be favored with his removal. Even though he's got less, he's got a few unconditional removal spells, while Chris doesn't have any, I think.
Yeah,
They're all damage spells.
spray. A braid is kind of a doom
Yeah.
blade for the Gear Hulk and the Ballista, although the Ballista will just shoot you in the face when you do that. Looks like they're about ready to go.
Oh, I think that's a harsh scrutiny I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a harsh scrutiny. Does he have the land to play it? No, he's
Nope.
got a mulligan. I think he only had a forest there. Chris has got an ether hub. I think
It's a much better hand than his first one, I think.
that's some amount of spy block canals.
The glossy sleeves are a mild annoyance. Can't really make out what's in his hand there. Oh, he is hanging on to his hand. He's in a pretty good position here, Chris.
Yeah, if he wins, then
He'll be 3-0 up, potentially making it in. Imaad does have to put up a good showing here to make it into the final. If he does get pushed out on points by somebody else, which is possible. I mean, he's basically at the bottom of the invite bracket on the league. So he needs to maintain his performance.
Is that any lands? Does he have any lands in there?
He seems to be keeping it.
He's going to tune. No, yeah, okay, Ether Hub and a tune. So the scry didn't really matter. Was he not going to scry? He scryed a land, so he's not going to tune first turn.
He's got a green source. Oh no, another one of those. I think what happens is he plays the attune and gets a forest and plays it. A swamp. He's probably going to play a swamp, yeah. What does he need more?
I think he wants to get the swamp because...
Yeah, long cast cup will end
It'll
him
push the...
if he doesn't get it.
Yeah. Oh no, he gets a forest.
Strange. Does he have another attune with Ether?
He might just play the Ether Hub and then...
Okay. So he does still have Fatal Push available.
So Chris has got a Torrential Gearhulk in his hand.
Does he have a Rogue Refiner? I feel like he's got two.
Rogue Refiners.
I feel like these are really important for him in this matchup.
And then he's got a Glory Bringer and one other card I cannot see.
His last game was Rogue Refiner into Rogue Refiner into Glory Bringer, and that's how he won.
So it's a Blooming Marsh. And he's playing a Walking Ballista. What he can do is he can make the Walking Ballista die to trigger a Revolt.
And try and Fatal Push the... I don't think
I
that's
don't think he'll do it.
sufficient amount of value.
I don't think
he'd be losing off of that exchange, actually.
He won't do it on the Rogue Refiner, but on a Bristling Hydra or something.
Perhaps, in response to the trigger. But, yeah,
How much energy? I think he's got enough.
Chris is on 2-3 energy at the moment. 2 energy. He used the
one
Ether Hub to produce green. That's a Gonti. Miss. That's fine. So he sees 2 fast lands, a Whirl of Virtuoso, which he quickly flicks to the front of the pile and a servant of the conduit. I think he's going to take the Virtuoso.
That'd probably be the best. And then next turn he can just well of a choice for leaving up, push. Or we could just, he's got a gear hook in his hand. Like gear hook, if it puts counters on ballista, that means the ballista can, does Chris not have another land?
Chris shoots the Gonti.
I don't know if Chris
And then
has
I think
another
he swings
land.
in for 3.
I think Chris might be, no he doesn't.
He's okay, I think. He's got another Rogue Refiner, but it is a bit
It's gonna
painful
put him behind.
not being able to play the land here. Imaad's just taken 6 points of damage so far. So he should be on 14 from that last swing from the Rogue Refiner. And here comes the Word of Virtuoso. 6 energy. Keeping up Fatal Push.
Fatal push for the,
Which I think he can just use now.
how much energy does he have?
6 energy.
No,
Into
how
the
much
ballista.
energy does Chris have? That's
I
one.
hate the dice he's using. I think he's on 2 energy.
And a 2.
Yeah, he's on 2
He's
energy.
on 2 energy.
Another Rogue Refiner from Chris here. Drops him some energy. Ah, there we
Okay,
go.
there's an issue.
Goes and fetches a green source.
And he's gonna play the
Most likely. I think
Rogue
that would be the
Refiner.
correct line of play. Forest into Rogue Refiner.
You might want to attack first.
Is he going to try and trade with World of Virtuoso here?
I doubt Imaad would trade. I
He
think
could. Just make the 2 Thopters and then
Yeah.
don't block. Or just use the Thopters to kill it, for that matter.
He is gonna offer the trade.
Rogue Refiner. Nobody wants to kill it. It just,
Yeah.
it just sits there like, oh, really? I have to kill that? It just takes the 3 points of damage. Another one.
And he draws the land.
Flips over Ether Hub for himself.
He is drawing very well. He makes a Thopter end turn. So I can start chipping in with his Thopter. He can even put the counters from the Virtuous Gearhook on the Thopter.
Oh, 5/5 flyer
That
would be
insanely
insanely good.
And the Gearhook can block the Refiners.
Quite easily, actually. I wonder if he sees that line, because that is a quick route to death for Chris.
He might just want to like spread it, like maybe.
I think
make
first you attack with Virtuoso and the. Okay, now he's just gonna go in 5.
What's he putting? This is hold your breath. Chris has got a Glory Ring in his hand.
A 5/5 flyer is an effective way to not die to Glorybringer.
It is.
But he's growing
He's growing the
all the way up
Is he gonna attack?
in
with
for
this
5.
one? Yeah,
Yep.
he's gonna.
Chris is probably just gonna let that go through.
So now Chris is effectively on 9. He can just use the Ballista. And then
Long thinks here. I suspect he just takes the damage. He doesn't have a way to deal that much to it.
if he takes the damage, I wouldn't be surprised if he chumps with the Rogue Refiner, because the Rogue Refiners aren't working right now with the
Yeah, nothing
the
can get through
Virtuous Gearhook
the Virtuous
on
Gearhook.
battlefield. If he doesn't block, he might want to keep the Rogue Refiner so he can Glory Ringer and then exert and kill the.
The Gearhulk.
The
No,
Gearhulk.
but he can't, because what's his name? The Ballista's just going to shoot the
Oh, the
Glory
Glory
Ringer
Ringer,
before
yeah.
it even attacks. I think the 5-powered Ballista is actually a lot more problematic than a 5/5 flyer would be.
Yeah.
Likely the correct line of play here, which is why he's playing the deck and not me. Oh, he's deep in the tank, yeah. I think he's realizing how much of a problem the Ballista actually is.
This is such a good card. And even if he doesn't, even if he draws a land from
Okay,
the
he
next
just
turn,
takes it.
he can start
He goes to
pumping
14
the
points to
Ballista.
life. He's got to get an Abrade off the top here.
He just got Will of
Own
Virtuoso.
World of Virtuoso.
That's not bad.
It's not going to stop anything, though.
That's now Chris is just stuck with so many high-end cards. He's not gonna have enough
You could
time
play
to play.
Hydra, realistically.
How much energy does he have? He's got 6.
Well, Hydra blocks and kills the ballista in its current state.
Okay, fine. No, you have to pump it once.
Yeah. And then Imaad could respond by growing it, but he'd have to attack before doing
He
anything
could even
else.
respond by if
Yeah, he could just shoot it for 3, actually.
He can, if he can get revolt, he can kill the Hydra with fail push.
What is he doing?
If Chris plays the
I think he's just going to play the Hydra.
If Chris plays the Hydra, then in response to the trigger,
it's Chandra, and she's going to shoot the thing that makes the flyers, or is he going to pop the Virtuous Gearhulk with it? What it does is it maybe tempts Imaad into using a counter off the ballista to shoot Chandra.
what's he gonna do?
It does resolve. I think he's going to point her middle ability.
He's gonna make a well of Virtuoso. He's gonna use the Amana trick.
Interesting.
That he's gonna play that. That was probably the correct play.
So he loses an energy off of that, and then he's going to gain 3.
Okay, so you see, he's gonna
He shoots his own
Thopter
to fatal push the Whirl of Virtuoso
revolt
with the energy trigger on the stack, and
That was
Chris
nice.
has only got 2 available.
Neat
Nope.
little play.
Did he get it? Did he get that?
He got 1 Thopter.
So I think he would have gone to 6 energy, but he used 3 of it and then got the
that's
3
the cub.
back.
So now he can play the cub and pump the blister. I don't know what he wants to do. I think he might want to start applying pressure to Chris by attacking both the ballista and the Gearhulk.
I don't think he can afford to be too aggressive here.
He's
He must deal with the Chandra. He can't not.
Then 5. Oh yeah, because then he can play 2. You can always, at the end of combat, you can, if the ballista doesn't die, you can just pump it and kill it.
Yeah, use it to shoot Chandra. He's swinging at her with a 4/4 trampler and a 2/3. I think you trump off the 2/3 and let Chandra go down to 2.
He's going to double block. So he's not going to take any damage.
Does Imaad have a blossoming defense to answer this, maybe?
No. He doesn't. He's just got a long tusk cover in his hand. He can use the ballista to answer. He can maybe remove 2
he's
counters
gonna
from the
grow it
ballista
and then
kill one of the rogue refiners. Then
and
then he'll be able to kill Chandra with the
and
rest
still keep
of
his ballista around.
I don't know if he'll...
So that puts it sends 2 points of damage through.
If he wants to kill Chandra, then he's going to have to kill his ballista.
Okay, with the last 3 points that it has. Chandra's doing a lot to protect Chris's life total here. And if he wants to cleanly answer it, then...
So if Chandra pluses next turn...
Puts 1 point of damage there.
Then what happens?
Okay, Chandra takes 4. Goes down to 1. Long Tusk Cub.
It's the Harness Lightning for Chris. This is getting very interesting.
Kill...
No one's
I think you plus the Chandra first order of the day. Before Imaad gets priority. to minus or to shoot it with anything else on the stack.
So if he pluses her, then he can Harness Lightning and Glory Ringer.
Make mana. Yeah, that's what he's doing.
Saying mana. So I think he's going to Harness Lightning and something else.
I wouldn't point it at the ballista. I mean, it takes all of.
No, I don't know why he'd do it. He wouldn't do it with the ballista. He can't. He doesn't have enough energy to do it on the Gearhulk. His only options are really.
He's got no energy.
Yeah, it's got no energy.
But
so his only
two red floating.
real options are the Virtuoso or the.
I take the cub out here. I'd kill the cub. I'd play a Glory Bringer and I'd exert it into the Verdurous Gearhulk. You do lose Chandra from that line of play, but at least his board is a little more managed. I don't think Imaad has any more cards to work with, which is why I'd be that aggressive with killing as much as I can. He does also have a Bristling Hydra in hand.
But I don't think that's going to come out because
there's a bunch of different lines of play you could take here. I think
if you have two Glory Ringers in hand. Oh no, he's got a Torrential Gearhulk. If he drew a land, he could have Harness Lightning, then Torrential Gear and Harness Lightning again. And if he'd drawn a land,
then an energy.
Then what he could have done?
Here comes the Glory Bringer.
Ooh, and he's
no, it's a confiscation coup.
That
I didn't see that. Awkward.
I didn't see it in his hand.
Awkward.
So now what? Now Imaad's in.
He's got a 4/4 Trampler.
What's Imaad gonna do? Imaad has to draw.
He has to draw a card.
A good card.
There's a very good chance it's a land. Yeah.
If he draws a.
It's a harsh scrutiny. He can see one of the Glory Bringers this way.
It scries. It does scry.
Digs him a little bit. Oh no. Double Glory Bringer, Torrential Gearhulk, and a Bristling Hydra. All scary things.
I don't know.
He might just shoves his palm into his face. Oh God, please. Just get rid of one of those Glory Bringers.
Chris?
I think he's got this. Flicks his cards like in huge excitement here. Just kill Chandra before she gets out of hand.
Huh? I think turned the whole game around.
Absolutely necessary. Good confiscation coup there. He has to kill her. And he's most certainly not blocking. So why don't you two at the Chandra?
He's going to pump it.
Since he has nothing else to do. You take 2, puts you down to 12.
I don't know how Imaad gets out of this. If he can draw a... No, it won't even help. Hostage Taker. Not going to do much.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Scarab Guard blocks a Verdurous Gearhulk and reanimates it. I think that's one thing he could draw to get out of this. Although Chris just plays Glorybringer, turns it sideways here.
Actually,
being too greedy might let Imaad do something sneaky with the Walking Ballista though. Like draw another Gearhulk.
Can make a chump blocker with the energy.
Does he have another Gearhulk? No, he's only main decking a single Verdurous Gearhulk, so that's it. It's not like he can draw another one and make, a quick 12 points of damage.
Taking 4, I think. Taking 4 damage from the Ballista. I mean, from the Gearhulk.
You see, this is a little loose. I don't know if Chris knows that Imaad only plays one Verdurous Gearhulk, but a Verdurous Gearhulk in this situation is lethal. Because it's an effective 12 points of damage from the...
That's Bristling Hydra. So that blocks very well. Did he take... He took the
all the damage, yeah.
He took 1 Glory Ringer, am I right? Yeah, he did.
1, 2, 3, 4... Imaad's on 3.
No, he blocked the Glory Ring with the server. I mean with the
with a flying 1/1. Imaad's got one more chump blocker.
Chris can Torrential
I
Gearhulk.
would just attack anyway.
He can Torrential Gearhulk and then Harness Lightning to get rid of the
I turn my card sideways and see what my opponent does. In this situation, before reacting.
He doesn't have to.
Okay, he chooses the main phase Gearhulk pre-combat.
He could have just done it. He's going to target the Hyper.
activate it.
He's gonna let die.
He values the trump blocker more. I think he knows that. Well, not knows. It's obvious. If he
Yeah.
blocks the Gearhawk with the Bristling Hydra, it's gonna die anyway. So this way he takes less damage. Exerts killing
He takes
the.
4. He says
Yeah,
he's
it's over.
scooped.
He's done here. And Chris Graham moves up to 3 points.
He's got to hope to get into the.
And I think, yeah, he needs to win one more game, and he'll get into the finals here. I don't know if Imaad still has a chance to get in. We'll be able to see the standings closer to the end of the event. But for now, well, Chris very happy about this result.
Yeah. He drew very well next those 2 games.
Yeah, I wonder who's going to be in the final. I can't actually see any of the results at the moment. You can maybe ask one of the floor judges. But yeah, that's it for this round. And we will see you in a few minutes for the final round of today's event.